although Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his pastimes have different levels of perfection. And this perfection is judged or established according to the loving exchange with his devotees. The loving exchange between the devotees with Krishna, between Krishna and his devotees, is most wonderful, most perfect in Vrindavan. So that is the essential teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained that through his teachings, Aradha Bhagavan Brojeshotanai. The Aradha Bhagavan, the supreme worshipable personality of Godhead, is the son of Nanda Maharaj. Stadhama Vrindavana. His abode is Vrindavan. His dham is Vrindavan. Stadhama Vrindavana. Ramma Kachid Upashana Brajabodhu Vargena Ja Kolpita. The way the cowherd damsels, the gopis of Vrindavan, worshipped him, that is the highest form of worship. Ramma Kachid Upashana Brajabodhu Vargena Ja Kolpita. Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Amalam. Srimad Bhagavatam is the Praman, proof. How do we understand that? It has been established by Srimad Bhagavatam. Actually, for the followers of the Vedic principles, Vedic culture, their most important proof and authority is the scriptures. Unless and until something has been established by the scriptures, we cannot accept that. So here is a statement, Srimad Bhagavatam is the proof. The statement is that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And his manifestation, his appearance, his pastimes as the son of Nanda Maharaj is the highest. Krishna of Vrindavan as the son of Nanda Maharaj is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the way the gopis worshipped him, that's the highest form of worship. Now the question arises, what's the proof? Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Amalam. Srimad Bhagavatam is the proof. And what is the qualification of Srimad Bhagavatam? Pramanam Amalam. Bhagavatam is spotless Puran. Other Purans have some spots, some contamination, some tinges of material influence. But Bhagavatam is completely free from any material impurities. Amalam. Mal means impurity. And amal means no impurities. Bhagavatam is the only Puran that is completely free from any impurities. So Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Amalam and Prema Pumartha Mahan. To achieve that love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the ultimate goal of life. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhur Matamidam Tatra Daro Na Paraha. This is the teachings of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is the conclusion of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teaching. So just accept that, and there is no need to accept anything. So that is the teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam. What Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught is the essential teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam. And that teaching has been explained and elaborately established by Brihad Bhagavatamritam. Yesterday we discussed about the first part of Brihad Bhagavatamritam. Do you all remember that? Everybody? That first part of Brihad Bhagavatamritam is describing Narad Muni's search for the greatest devotee. Where did the search begin? The search began at the Brahmana in Prayag. On the bank of the Ganges, he was worshipping the Shaligram Shila. And the way he worshipped the Lord as the Shaligram Shila, and the way he dealt with the devotees, the brahmanas and all the other people, even the animals, giving them Mahaprasad. That actually displayed his devotion to the Lord. So Narad Muni considered that he was the greatest devotee. But when Narad Muni went to him and started to glorify him as the greatest devotee, as the greatest recipient of the Lord's mercy, then he declined. He said, no, I am not the greatest devotee. And then he pointed out the king in South India as the greatest devotee. So Narad Muni went to that king, and what did the king, and when he started to glorify the king said, no, I am not the greatest devotee. Indra is the greatest devotee. Narad Muni went to Indra and started to glorify him as the greatest devotee. Indra said, no, I am not the greatest devotee. The greatest devotee is Lord Brahma. Narad Muni went to Brahma. Then Brahma said, no, I am not the greatest devotee. Lord Shiva is the greatest devotee. Narad Muni went to Lord Shiva. Then Lord Shiva said, no, I am not the greatest devotee. The greatest devotee is the residents of Vaikuntha. Then Parvati pointed out that Lakshmi Devi is the greatest of all the devotees of Vaikuntha. So Narad Muni was about to go to Vaikuntha. Then Lord Shiva told him, even greater than the devotees of the Vaikuntha is Prahlad Maharaj. So then Narad Muni went to Prahlad. Then Prahlad Maharaj told him, no, I am not a devotee. And what was actually, everybody is justifying why the other person is a greater devotee. For example, Prahlad Maharaj is saying that yes, I had displayed some devotion as a child, but I never rendered any service to the Lord. In my devotion, there was no service. It was just some sentiment. And very mercifully, Lord protected me time and time again. Bestowed His mercy upon me. But Hanuman is the greatest devotee. Why? Because see, the amount of service he rendered. So when he went to Hanuman and started to glorify him, then Hanuman said, no, I am not the greatest devotee. Because if I was a devotee, then why the Lord has left me? Why He doesn't give me His darshan? For so long I haven't seen Him. But see, the Lord is always with the Pandavas. And He takes care of them in such a wonderful way. He is always with them. Whenever they have any difficulty, the Lord appears to them for their rescue. So in this way, He is justifying why the Pandavas are greater devotee. And this is how one thing we understand, that what is the sign of a devotee? The sign of a devotee is that his heart is pure. There is no envy in his heart. When we have envy, then what happens? We hesitate to glorify the others. We think envy means I am the greatest. But a devotee is nirmatsar. Devotee is non-envious. Therefore, very frankly, very openly, he describes the greatness of other devotees. So that we have to understand, that's one of the most important qualification of a devotee. To become a devotee, we have to become free from envy, free from all these impurities of the heart. Lust, greed, anger, illusion, pride, envy. These are the impurities. Lust, greed, anger, illusion, pride, and envy. To be free from envy means all the impurities have been purified. Heart is now completely pure. So we can see that all these devotees have purified hearts. Therefore, so openly, so frankly, they could actually admit the glory of the other devotees. So Hanuman actually glorified the Pandavas as a greater devotee. Narad Muni went to Pandavas. Then Pandavas pointed out, no, we are not the greatest devotees. Who is the greatest devotee? The Jadavas. The Jadus, they are the family members of the Lord. Then he went to the Jadus in Dwarka. Then they pointed out, actually, of all the Jadus, Uddhav is the greatest devotee. Then he went to Uddhava. Uddhava actually pointed out that the residents of Vrindavan are the greatest devotees. Jai Shri Shri Krishna Balaram ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Gaura. So in this way we can see that one devotee is leading to the higher devotee. And in this way, through his search, Narad Muni comes to the highest devotee, the greatest devotee. The greatest devotee is Srimati Radharani. So did we learn something from the first part of Brihad Bhagavatamritam? Isn't it an important lesson? See, so simply Sanatana Goswami explained the degrees of devotional service and established the highest devotee, Srimati. So the residents of Dwarka pointed out to Uddhav. Then Uddhav pointed out to the residents of Vrindavan. And then it has become revealed that of all the residents of Vrindavan, the gopis are the highest. And among the gopis, Srimati Radharani is the highest. So this is how the first part ended. So today we will begin with the second part of Brihad Bhagavatamritam. Second part of Brihad Bhagavatamritam is describing the journey of a devotee back to the spiritual sky. So we established, in first part, we established Vrindavan, and now we will see how a devotee is going back to Vrindavan. It is the story of a cowherd boy called Gop Kumar. This cowherd boy was a son of a Vaishya in Govardhan. And like all other cowherd boys, he used to play with the other cowherd boys and tend the cows in the forest of Vrindavan. And there in Vrindavan he used to see a very wonderful devotee. This person was either chanting the name of the Lord, sometimes he used to dance, sometimes he used to sing, sometimes he used to sit in a trance, meditating on the mantra, meditating upon the lotus feet of the Lord. And this person was very fond of the cowherd boys. Like whenever he would see the cowherd boys, he would shower his affection upon them. And the cowherd boys also were very fond of him. And whenever they would see him, they would offer him cow's milk. And in this way, they developed a deep appreciation for this personality. So this personality, one day when Gopkumar was alone, he told him to go and take bath in Jamuna, in Keshikar. And after taking his bath, when he came to him, he told him that I will give you the mantra. This mantra is non-different from the Supreme Personality of God. And he will fulfill all your desire, and this mantra will give you the Supreme Personality of God. So after saying that, after giving him the Gopal mantra, this person was explaining how to meditate upon the mantra. And while instructing him, due to his remembrance of Krishna, he fainted. He lost his external consciousness. And when he came back to his senses, Gopkumar also couldn't ask him anything, and he just got up and walked away. Now, after receiving this mantra, Gopkumar felt that he got something which is extremely precious. Gopkumar, we have to understand here, you see, he's just a cowherd boy. He doesn't have any knowledge. He doesn't know anything. But he is accepting everything with full faith. His guru told him that this mantra will fulfill all your desires, will give you the highest spiritual object. Is not different from the Supreme Personality of God. So he accepted that. And he started to chant. And he became so attached to chanting the mantra that he lost interest for everything else. Now, he doesn't like to play with his friends. He doesn't even like to tend the cows. All he wants is to just sit and meditate on the mantra. So he felt that his friends and his family, his situation, is just a hindrance, an impediment to his chanting of the mantra. So one day he decided to just leave his home and go away, where he can peacefully chant the mantra. By chanting the mantra, he was developing attachment to the mantra. So this automatically happens. As we make spiritual advancement, our attraction to the Supreme Personality of Godhead increases, and we lose interest for anything else. So Gopkumar left home, left Vrindavan, and he started to just wander around. And whenever he would go to some solitary place, stop in some solitary place, and he would chant. Then one day on the bank of the Ganges, he saw that a Brahmana was worshipping his Shaligram Shila. So Gopkumar asked him, "What are you doing?" The Brahmana said, "Oh, I am worshipping Jagadishwar, the Lord of the universe." And he showed the Shaligram Shila. And Gop Kumar accepted that, oh, this is the Lord of the universe. So he also offered obeisances and expressed his respect to the Lord, as if he was seeing the Lord face to face in that form of the Shila. But then after worshipping, when the Brahmana put the Shila in a box, Gop Kumar started to cry. They see, he is putting the Lord of the universe in a small little box. And if he feels hungry, how will he ever say that? And how will he be able to sleep in that small little space? So then the Brahmana very humbly admitted that, look, I am a poor Brahmin. I can't make elaborate arrangement for the Lord. But if you want to see the grand worship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then go to this king. And he worships him with such grandeur. So upon hearing that, Gop Kumar decided to go. Gop Kumar went to the kingdom of the king. And there he found that the king is worshipping the Lord in such an opulent way. Such a beautiful temple. And the Lord is manifest there in his four-armed form. His complexion is like the monsoon cloud. He is wearing the finest silk garment. He is decorated with the most precious gems and ornaments, and gold and silver, and there is so much, so many people are engaged in his service, and they're serving him in such a grand way, and the Lord with unblinking eyes watching all the worship and service that his devotees are offering him. So Gop Kumar became so happy to see the Lord that he felt that now his life has become successful. So Gop Kumar started to stay in that temple. Throughout the day he would just watch the Lord and how he is being worshipped, how he is being served, how his devotees are offering their love and affection for him. He would just watch, and he himself also sing the glory of the Lord and meditate upon the Lord, recognizing that the personality who is being indicated in the mantra is now standing in front of him. And in this way, Gop Kumar started to spend his time there. And the king of that country did not have any son. So he developed deep affection for Gop Kumar. And when he left his body, before he left his body, he instructed his ministers to appoint Gop Kumar as the king. So Gop Kumar now became the king. But although he became the king, he was not interested in any kind of material enjoyment. He was simply absorbed in serving the Lord. And he was simply absorbed in promoting devotion to the Lord throughout his country. But still, Gop Kumar used to feel that these royal responsibilities and all is an impediment for his devotion to the Lord. Because many of his time was demanded in doing so many other responsibilities. And Gop Kumar also used to feel that how some people would neglect the mercy of the Lord, Mahaprasad of the Lord. And so one day Gop Kumar heard about Lord from some pilgrims. He heard about Lord Jagannath in Niladri mountain on the bank of the saltwater ocean. So, upon hearing about Lord Jagannath, Gop Kumar became interested to go to Lord Jagannath in Jagannath Puri. So one day he left his kingdom and left for Jagannath Puri. So he arrived in Jagannath Puri and he started to spend his time there in Jagannath Puri. And he saw the Lord is so mercifully bestowing his love and affection to his devotees. And his devotees are also so wonderfully engaged in serving the Lord, expressing their love for him. So Gop Kumar was absorbed in his devotion to the Lord, and he started to spend his time. Then there also the king of that place left his body, and his eldest son was not interested in assuming the responsibility of a king. So the ministers, seeing all the auspicious signs in Gop Kumar's personality, they made him the king. So here also Gop Kumar kept on serving the Lord as the king and taking care of his citizens as the devotees of the Lord. And in this way, Gop Kumar started to spend his time. Then, one day he saw his spiritual master in the Jagannath temple. And he was singing and dancing in ecstasy. So, but then, he couldn't find him. Gop Kumar himself was so absorbed in his devotion, in his devotional mood, that he also lost himself, and he couldn't see his guru anymore. And he started to look for his spiritual master. Then finally he found him on the bank of the ocean. And Gop Kumar approached him. His spiritual master also was very pleased to see him, and he instructed him further. And Gop Kumar used to miss Vrindavan, but then he would feel that the forest in Jagannath Puri is same as the forest of Vrindavan. He would see the ocean and feel as if that ocean is Jamuna. And he would see the mountain there, and that would appear to be like Govardhan. So in this way, he started to see Jagannath Puri also as non-different, but still his heart was yearning to go back to Vrindavan. So one day, Lord Jagannath appeared to him in a dream and told him that Mathura is very dear to me because that is my birthplace. I was born in Mathura. And actually, my heart is also in Vrindavan. But actually there is no difference between this Sri Kshetra and Vrindavan. So, there is no need to go to Vrindavan. You just stay here with the understanding that this place is not different from Vrindavan. So Gop Kumar kept on staying there. Then one day Gop Kumar heard about Indra in heavenly planet. How the Lord directly accepts the worship from Indra. And then Gop Kumar desire, just in his heart, there was a desire to go to heavenly planet, Swargaloka. And as he desired, due to the potency of chanting the mantra, a celestial chariot appeared to take Gopkumar to the heavenly planet. So Gopkumar was taken to the heavenly planet, and there he saw the Lord exactly as he was present in that temple, with his four arms and monsoon-like complexion, monsoon cloud complexion. And he was receiving the worships of Indra directly from his hand. And he was freeing Indra from all kinds of anxiety. Whenever there is any demon attacking the Lord, riding on the back of the Garuda, he would kill all the demons, and he would give his association and assurance to the demigods. So this way, Gopkumar started to spend his time in the heavenly planet. And there he was residing in Nandankanan, in the garden of Indra. So, one day Indra forcibly molested some Brahmana's wife, and out of the fear of being cursed by the Brahmana and out of embarrassment, Indra disappeared. Indra ran away from the heavenly planet. So there was no one to take his position. Then Upendra, the Lord Bhamande, told Gopkumar to assume that position of Indra. So now Gopkumar became Indra. But as Indra also, Gopkumar started to spread the glory of devotion in the upper, lower and middle planetary system. So Gopkumar in this way Gopkumar became the ruler of the heavenly planet as Indra. Jai Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Krishna Balaram ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki. Actually, I am telling all these happenings, this narration very quickly. A lot of things happen, but since we are covering everything in a few days' time, I am just rushing through. So, although Gopkumar was in heaven, which is the place of unlimited enjoyment, but Gopkumar was not interested in any kind of enjoyment. He was simply absorbed in serving the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He had no other interest. He didn't even live in the palace of Indra. He used to stay in the garden, Nandankanan. And one day, some very powerful personalities came to the heavenly planet, and everyone offered obeisances to them with great respect. So Gopkumar, just after they left, Gopkumar asked Brihaspati who they were. And then Brihaspati told that these are the sages headed by Bhrigu from Maharloka. Above Swargaloka, there is another planet known as Maharloka. Who resides in Maharloka? The great sages like Bhrigu. And what do they do there? They perform sacrifice. And as a result of the sacrifice, the Lord appears from that sacrificial fire. And in this way, the residents of Maharloka have their exchange with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So when Gopkumar heard about Maharloka, he desired to go to Maharloka. And immediately a celestial rocket came to take him to Maharloka. And Gopkumar was taken to Maharloka, and he saw that how the sages like Bhrigu and others were performing sacrifice, and the Lord is directly coming out of the sacrificial fire and fulfilling everyone's desire. And in every house the sacrifice is going on, and everyone is just having his exchange with the Supreme Personality of Godhead in this way. So the sages of Maharloka asked Gopkumar that why don't you become a Brahmin and also perform yajna like us? You have come to Maharloka. So consider that this is a great good fortune. Although you are born in a Vaishya family, but we will make you a Brahmana. We'll make you qualified to perform yajna. But Gopkumar was not interested. He felt that the direct exchange with the Lord by chant, he felt that if he became a Brahmana, then his chanting and meditating on the mantra will be hampered due to his involvement in performing sacrifice. And Gopkumar also noticed that at the end of the day of Brahma, when the lower planetary systems up to heavenly planet were destroyed, then the heat that was generated, residents of Maharloka could not stay there. They went up to Janaloka at that time. But then one day Gopkumar saw a personality who looked like just a 5-year-old boy. But he was so brilliant, and all the residents of Maharloka was offering obeisances to him with great respect. So when Gopkumar inquired, he found out that that was Sanat Kumar, son of Brahma. And where does he live? He lives in Tapoloka. That is the place for the Naishtiki Brahmachari. And there everyone has mystic perfection, Siddhi. And in their heart they see the Lord. So Gopkumar then wanted to go to Tapoloka. And he was transported to Tapoloka by the potency of his mantra. So in this way we can see that when we chant the mantra properly, by the potency of the mantra, our desires become fulfilled. Therefore, we should be very careful that we do not desire anything that is detrimental to our spiritual progress. We should be always very careful not to desire anything material. Because if we desire something material, by the potency of the mantra, that desire will be fulfilled, but as a result of that, our spiritual life will be hampered. So anyway, then Gopkumar was elevated to Tapoloka. And there he saw 3 other personalities also who looked just like Sanat Kumar, and he was told that he was informed that they were the 3 other brothers of Sanat Kumar, Sanatan, Sanandan and Shanaka. So these 4 brothers were very affectionate to Gopkumar, and they were all absorbed in meditating upon the Lord. And the Lord was not, Gopkumar couldn't see the Lord there. And he was told before by Bhrigu that these four Kumaras are actually the incarnation of the Lord themselves. And at the same time, they're the great devotees of the Lord. So, but Gopkumar was a little disturbed that he couldn't see the Lord there. So, Pippalayan Rishi approached him and he instructed him that actually there is no need to desire to see the Lord. Because ultimately, seeing is done by the mind. What the eyes see is actually seen by the mind. Therefore, it is better to see Him in the mind through meditation. So in this way, Pippalayan gave him elaborate instruction on the importance of meditating on the Lord than desiring to see Him with the eyes. But Gopkumar's heart was not satisfied. So he was actually, that is because in the core of his heart, Gopkumar understood that this seeing through meditation is not the ultimate, because in that loving exchange is missing. And also, it has been explained that knowledge, seeing with mind, or which is actually the result of knowledge, cannot achieve perfection without devotion. Anyway, this elaboration is there. Let us not get into that. The point here is that Gopkumar was not interested in meditating upon the Lord. He wanted to have the direct loving exchange with the Lord. Therefore, he was not interested in that. Then one day, a personality with 4 heads came riding on a swan. Gopkumar asked who he was, and he was told that he was Lord Brahma. Where does Brahma live? He lives in the topmost region of the universe known as Satyaloka. So Gopkumar then wanted to go to Satyaloka, and again the celestial vehicle came to take Gopkumar to Satyaloka. Gopkumar then was transported to Satyaloka. There he saw the Lord face to face with him in his Sahasra Shisha, formed with 1,000 arms and 1,000 legs. He was lying on the bed of Ananta Shesh, and Lakshmi Devi was personally worshipping him. And seeing the Lord, Gopkumar fainted. Lakshmi Devi came to treat Gopkumar and brought him back to his senses and took him to the Lord. Then Gopkumar felt that now he started to tell his mind, my mind, now you have achieved the ultimate perfection. Lakshmi Devi herself bestowed her mercy upon you, and you are seeing the Lord face to face. What more is there to expect? And then one day, Brahma one morning, playfully touched the water of the Garbha ocean. And as a result of that, a terrible demon appeared. And out of fear of the demon, Brahma ran away. So then, Gopkumar was asked to become the Brahma, asked to take the position of Brahma. So Gopkumar now became Brahma, and he was, as usual, his only concern was to spread the glory of devotion to the Lord everywhere. And so then one day, the Lord instructed Gopkumar to go back to Vrindavan. and there he would meet his spiritual master. So from Satyaloka, Gop Kumar now came back to Vrindavan, and that I will describe from this point onward. I'll describe tomorrow. Thank you very much. Does anybody have any question? Take the mic.
I have a couple of questions. First is Vamadev is residing in the heaven. So, but we from this all the only pastime we hear about Vamadev is the only pastime that we hear from Vamadev is his main expanding and pushing body to the lower planets. So, besides that, if Vamadev is personally present in the heavenly planets, then does he not perform any pastimes?
That pastimes are different. This pastime is in the heavenly planet with the demigods. He is having a loving exchange with them.
So, second question is this story of the Gop Kumar. Is this also a historical narration or is it an allegorical?
Yeah. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur actually made a point that a devotees never write fiction. They don't deal with untruth. So when Sanatana Goswami is writing, we have to understand that in reality, there was a Gop Kumar and this happened to him. And he is simply narrating that. In spiritual sphere, there is no room for fiction. Like Mahabharata. Is it a fiction? Ramayana, is it a fiction? Similarly, we have to understand that these narrations are real. Any other question? Yes, Swami? What's that? Mathura, what happened?
There is no spiritual activity around Mathura. It doesn't appear that Lord has played pastime.
You see, every pastime of the Lord is eternal. In the spiritual concept, there is no breakage of time. Like in the material nature, the time is past, present and future. Right? But that is not the case with the spiritual sky. There is no past and present. Here, sometimes something begins and it ends. But in the spiritual domain, that is not the case. Everything is eternal. How we won't be able to understand that. So we have to understand that the pastimes that the Lord performed in Mathura, they are eternal. Actually, he lived in Mathura. First of all, his birth was in Mathura. Then he killed Kamsa. Then he reinstated Ugrasen as the king. Then he stayed there. Then many times Jarasandha and his allies attacked Mathura. Shalva attacked Mathura many times. Jarasandha attacked. And so Krishna fought with Balaram. Along with Balaram, he fought with these demoniac kings, attacked enemies. And then finally he transferred the capital from Mathura to Dwarka. So in this way, there are pastimes of the Lord in Mathura. Not as extensive as Vrindavan and Dwarka. But we have to see that Mathura pastimes are there also.
No, my question is that in Mathura we do not see the atmosphere that is
Mathura atmosphere.
It was the spiritual atmosphere.
In which Mathura?
Where we go.
Yeah. That is because we have, see what we are seeing, even in Vrindavan, what we are seeing is not the real Vrindavan. Similarly, what we are seeing in Mathura is also not real Mathura. When you go to Dwarka, what do you see? Just one little temple. Right? Is that Dwarka? No, Dwarka is a city with thousands of palaces. So that is how we have to understand the spiritual context. Hare Krishna.
One question from
Yes, take the mic.
This is from Guru Bhagavatamritam. Are we to expect as followers of Srila Prabhupada that we will also have many future lives before we properly situated?
It will depend upon different individuals. Like some will achieve perfection just in one life, and some may take many lifetimes. That doesn't matter. What really matters is that we have come to the spiritual path, and we must stay on the spiritual path. So if we stay on the spiritual path, and since the path is perfect, then someday we will reach our destination. That is what really matters. When we will reach the ultimate destination doesn't matter. But actually, we are already in the ultimate destination. Because we are on the path of devotional service. When you go back to the spiritual sky, what we will do? There also will render the same service we are rendering here. So what's the difference? The same. So whether it takes one life or whether it takes many lives doesn't matter. What really, actually, those who have come to this path of spiritual life, like ISKCON, those who are engaged in devotional service under Prabhupada's guidance, they have already achieved their perfection. They have already achieved their perfection. The only thing that is that matters is that we don't go away from this path. Because of that is the immaturity. We have come to the perfect path. We have come to the spiritual sky. But we may go away from the spiritual sky. So that is what we should be careful. That now that we have come to the spiritual sky, that we don't go away from the spiritual sky. Any other question? Yes, Hanuman.
Maharaj, as you just said that the mantra fulfills all desires. So we should be very careful while desiring. We should not desire for material desires of that sort. So Maharaj, like what you just said, that we might desire anything, but Krishna being the Supreme Father, He will fulfill or He will not fulfill all the desires. Because here the child are praying to Him, like a father is crying to the child is crying to his father. So then what is the prayer? Will He fulfill all desires, or as they are chanting the mantra, or He will see whether it's good or bad?
Yes, very good. Very good question. You see, Krishna is always giving us the right advice not to deviate. But sometimes the child keeps on crying. The father says, no, it's not good for you. But the child says, no, I want it, I want it, I want it. The father says, okay, go ahead. So that is our condition. Krishna, as the loving father, he's saying, don't go for that. But we are crying, no, I want it, I want it. Then Krishna finally says, okay, go. And see what happens. And in this respect, I recall one incident with Srila Prabhupada. One day, Srila Prabhupada's son, little son, wanted to touch the fan. The fan was moving and he wanted to touch the fan. Then his mother was trying to dissuade him and he kept on crying. No, I want to touch the fan, I want to touch the fan. Then when Prabhupada saw that he was completely adamant to touch the fan, so he quickly switched off the fan, and then he told the son, okay, go touch it. And as he touched, he got hurt and he started to cry. He says, why are you crying? You want to touch it? He said, I got hurt. He said, okay, touch again. He said, no, I don't want to. So that's like how Krishna sometimes allows us to go to do something because we are adamant. We are not going to listen to him. And then we get hurt and then he says, no, we don't want to do that. So ultimately Krishna will bring us to that ultimate perfection. Therefore, it is better to be a good boy and not desire anything other than Krishna consciousness. Any other? Yes, Radha Pyari? Give her the mic. Yeah, we have to understand that he became so pure that he got a suitable body for the heavenly planet. You see, in the heavenly planet also there is gross body. But not this body. This body is predominantly water body. So his body became suitable for the heavenly planet. So when he went there, when he was taken there, he developed an appropriate body to reside there. Yes, Radharani?
On one hand, we see that Indra is so exalted, devotee, that the Lord is personally and directly accepting the worship from his very own hands. And in the next instant, he's performing such a heinous act of possibly molesting
Yes, that is the difference between pure devotion and mixed devotion. See, because of certain characteristics and mentality, one acts in certain way. Like it is the subtle influence of habits, desire, so forth. Indra is not a pure devotee. That's why he has this tendency to do these things. Whereas Gopkumar is a pure devotee. Therefore, although he is in the heavenly planet, he doesn't have any desire to enjoy. Indra, in spite of being in heavenly planet, he is going out to enjoy somewhere else. Illegally. Illicit way. Whereas Gopkumar, in spite of being in heavenly planet, is not indulging in heavenly comforts. So that is the difference. Like what we have to understand, the difference of mentality. And that is ultimately the difference between the mixed devotion and pure devotion. Like for example, Indra's devotion is mixed with karma. Whereas in Tapaloka, the devotion is mixed with jnana. Therefore, they are not engaged interested in rendering devotional service to the Lord. They are simply absorbed in meditating on the Lord. And as a result of that, they are deriving some joy, some pleasure. But they are being deprived of even higher pleasure of rendering devotional service. And that is why we need the appropriate spiritual master. You see, if our spiritual master was from Tapaloka, we'd get stuck in Tapaloka. But because we have a spiritual master like Srila Prabhupada, Tapaloka becomes insignificant. That is why we need the appropriate spiritual master to take us to the right destination. And in this way you have to recognize that we have received the greatest good fortune. The information about the highest region of the spiritual sky, in the highest mood of devotion. That is the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Okay, so I'll stop now. Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.